Yep, I just can't stop fiddling. Well, you all know that I have to repaint this front bumper. And I'm waiting for parts to arrive, or a part to arrive, which is the belt tensioner for the compressor, alternator, and steering pump. It's a separate belt from the rest of it. So I had to go and get one of these from Harbour Freight. Cordless. I have the batteries, which is why I buy a lot of these tools. You know, you only have to have one battery, well, two, because you always need to have one on spare, that go from various tools. And cordless is such a boon now. The batteries are great, the way they just work strong. So I'm very pleased with it. Anyway, it's an orbital sander. This was using a 220 grit. And that's what it took to get this shit off. I haven't sanded the parking sensors. I intend to go over them with some paint stripper and see how it works. I don't want to sand them. I just don't think that's a good idea. And maybe not paint stripping them is a good idea, but I've got to try something to get the paint off. I might try taking them out of the bumper first. I don't know. That's to be seen. Also, this strip here, I don't think that's going to be easy to sand in position, so I'm hoping it's removable. I got a feeling it probably is, and then I can spray it separately so that I get a nice line. I don't really want to fill this full of paint and filler paint, you know. So I'll take it off and, well, at least I'll see if I can take it off. I mean, I have to take this off anyway. I don't want to paint the reflector. Or is it a turn signal? I don't know, actually. I haven't looked at it that closely. Right, so that's what I'm doing there. Underneath the car, and I'm not going to show you what I'm doing, I'll just tell you. I wanted to add a additive to the transmission. I mean, it's an old transmission. Well, it's got 162,000 miles on it. Not terrible, but I mean, and it was working okay when I got it, but it had an issue with changing from third to fourth. It was going to limp home mode. I fixed that. I put in a new valve block, so that's done. But I still wanted to put in the additive. But I'd already filled it full of transmission fluid. So putting in the additive was not easy. So what I've done is I've drained the transmission fluid out. I warmed up the additive because it's thick, and I've put that in and then topped it up with transmission fluid. Now what I have to do is to do the procedure of getting the fluid level correct with the engine running, etc. But I can't do that until the belt tensioner arrives. Ah, yes, one other bit of news. I'll insert photograph here of my front left tyre. It keeps going down, or the wheel keeps going down. Why am I saying wheel? The fucking ring's cracked. And this is, one crack has been repaired on it already. So I'm going to have to get this repaired, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm taking out to a guy that's not too far from me, and he'll repair it for $160. So I've got to get the tyre taken off first, then he'll weld it up, and then I'll get the tyre put back on. Bit of a pain, and you go, wow, $160 for probably a inch weld, both sides, so 2 inches of welding. However, new wheels for this car are $500 to $600. Holy shucking fit. Yeah. So that's not going to happen. Now check out photograph. Okay, that's the old one. Here's the new one. Yep, it matches up. Fucking perfect. So now let's get that on and give you guys a bit more crap to watch. Okay, I've just put some aircraft remover on there. It seems to be working. Now what's probably helping is the fact that the clear coat is crap. So I'm going to leave that a little longer, and then I'll just give it a wipe and see how good or bad it is. Obviously this has been painted a number of times, I think it's fair to say, looking at the various layers here. I think that's the original plastic of the bumper, but I'm not going to put money on it. So that could be, I don't know though. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking maybe it's black. So that would be, okay, now I could be totally wrong here. So it could be a black plastic bumper. Then this could be the filler, primer filler. Then what is probably colour, then lacquer. And then we go primer, colour, lacquer. That's just looking at that. It's like, you know, counting rings on a tree, age rings. Also, I did put some up there, and you can see that's beginning to peel up as well. Now, I didn't want to do the whole bumper in stripper, because it's bloody expensive shit. So we'll see how this goes. I could totally fuck this up, but I hope not, because these bumpers ain't cheap, I've discovered. Yeah. Right. Let's give that a few more minutes. Then I'll clean it off, and then we'll get on to doing the idler. No, the belt tensioner. Will you learn? Christ. Oh, look at that lovely view there. Meep. Oh, and I had a problem with the Mark II. Not that this type guys will care. The bonnet kept popping open when I drove it. And no, it's not on the road yet. I was just driving it around the block to, you know, bed things in and move it, you know, and sneaking around the block when I shouldn't, but I, you know, because it's not, well, apparently it's insured, but it's not registered. But anyway, the bonnet kept going boink, and turns out that I hadn't tightened the nut that holds the bonnet catch, so it was slowly unscrewing or screwing itself, so it wasn't going in deep enough. Oh, and one other thing I've discovered, and I will repeat this on the Mark II channel, the rear window, let me see if I can get to you, come on, up, come on, no, you can't see it, or it's an optical illusion. That rear window will not go up. It's catching on something inside the frame. I thought I'd cured that, but maybe that was a different door. So now, that's something else I've got to do. I've got to take the door panel all the way off. Fuck-a-doodle-doo. And then put spacers on to adjust it so that whatever it is that's catching doesn't catch. Yeah. Anybody want to buy a Dodge truck? I'm going to put that up for sale. Yeah, I'm trying to thin the herd a bit. And I don't seem to need the truck anymore once I get either the XK8 going or the S-Type. Oh, back to paint for a second. Look at that. Isn't that coming up nice? In fact, I think I'm going to give that another dab. Yes, sirree, Bob. Right. That seems to have worked quite well. I have a cloth here soaked in water. Two reasons. One, water neutralises the nitromores. And the other reason is I'm going to be working on the car, and you can bet I'll rub my leg up against it. And as I'm in shorts, not good. So let's see what happens. I'll give it a good old wipe. Wow. It's taken some of the layers off. There is still a lot more to go. Yeah, there must be so many layers of paint on this. Let me get I've got a little wire brush here. Just a little light wire brush. No, there's something I didn't know. Maybe you don't. These sensors are metal. So I guess sanding them wouldn't have hurt them, but nonetheless I'm still going to continue with the nitromors. Nitromors. It's called aircraft remover here in the good old US of A. In the UK it's nitromors. I don't even think they call it aircraft remover, I think they just call it stripper. Nothing like a good stripper. Interesting. The fill-in piece here, that's kind of a white plastic. Okay, that's loosened it up a bit. I'm going to give it another coat of the stripper. Let me put that out of the way, otherwise I know I will kick it. And by the way, that rag is now dead. I ain't going to touch that again. Well, I will touch it to throw it into the trash, but that's about it. I collect towels, t-shirts, whatever, to dispose and use in the garage. It's worthwhile doing. I keep all sorts of crap. My wife often laughs at me and says, "Oh, fuck, you want to keep that for?" And then she says, "Oh, could you fix this? Have you got something that would do blah, blah, blah?" Yes, dear. Remember that crap you wanted me to throw away? Now, who looks silly, huh? That's what it says in my head. I wouldn't dare say that out loud. I would just say, I don't know, let me have a look and see if I've got something. That's why I've been married 29 years this year. The first two marriages, not so much, but then again, those wives are more interested in having sex with all of my friends and anyone else that happened to be around. Friends, relatives, whatever. They didn't care. Pair of whores. Why did I marry them? Who knows? You're entitled to mistakes in your life. Boy, did I make some. Made some good decisions too. Alright, let's just leave this to do its thing. I'm hoping that this one will clean up better. But it's nice to know that those sensors are metal. Now, there is an outer ring which I don't think is metal. So we'll have to see how this reacts. It's going to be a lot of work on this bumper. It's going to be a lot of work. But that's okay. My plan, that is mine, is to... Sorry, I'm thinking here and I shouldn't. Hurts. Is to, now that I've got the idler, you shut up, you idiot. Now that I've got the belt tensioner, I'll get this back together, sort out the transmission fluid, and rack up 150 miles so that I can take it for its inspection. And those of you that don't live in Arizona, and I very much doubt there's many of you that do, the inspection here is the check engine light on? No. Plug in the OBD connection, make sure there are no faults, and also make sure that I haven't recently cleared it. Then they say, that's good. What's the VIN number? Okay, that's the VIN number. Good. Let's test the petrol cap and make sure it works. Or if you're in America, the gas cap, make sure it works. Yes, it does. Okay, you're safe to go on the road. Holy shit. Now, I am from the UK, or England as I prefer. The test there is so much more stringent. In fact, any one of you guys that's in the UK, because I haven't been there for now 30 years almost, what does the MOT now entail? Now, I know for classics it's different, but for a normal daily car, in the comments, would you list, things that have to be checked? Windscreen washers. It failed. Why not? Why, rather? Oh, I didn't pump any fluid. Well, that's because the bottle's empty. Shit like that. Headlights, brakes. Rust, I know, is a big thing in England. So, if one of you wouldn't mind spending the time and effort to just jot down in a bullet form things they check on the cars in the UK. I'm just intrigued as to how strict it is now. I know there used to be a thing about number plates as well, but anyway, if one of you are guys out there that's in the UK, or more than one of you, let me know. In fact, no matter what country you're from, it'll be interesting to see what the various countries' inspection involves. Sorry about that. And also, if you're in the USA, the good old US of A, what different states inspect. I know where my brother lives in Delaware, they're a little more thorough. Not very, but a little more. So that would be interesting to know. Right. Whilst that does its thing, I'm going to turn the camera off and we'll be back. Well, that seems to have worked a lot better now. Sorry, please excuse my chuckling. I'm remembering many years ago, and if you've watched my videos on two old farts talking about their cars, I may be repeating myself, but oh well, never mind. When I was restoring the E-Type, my brother and I would say we bought an E-Type between us, but that's not quite true. He paid for it, and I did a lot of the work on it. Well, in fact, I restored it back in the UK. However, he was in America at the time, and I was in the UK. When he came to visit, we would work on it, and one of the jobs we did was stripping the bonnet. As it turned out, at the end of the day, the bonnet was crap and we needed to throw it away and buy a new one, which we did. And in fact, Trevor, I'm assuming you're watching this, do you remember what it cost? I don't remember what it cost. I hate to think what they cost now. Anyway, my brother and I were consuming copious amounts of alcohol, beer as it happened, Tennant's full strength, and we were in shorts. Probably trainers, and we were slapping this Nitromors around. All of a sudden we realised our skin was burning. Yeah, we only had shorts on, nothing else. And then we realised, oh shit, this paint stripper's burning our skin. A pair of fucking idiots. Well, we were pissed, so what do you expect? Then we ended up turning the hose on each other to wash it off. Oh no. Sorry. Silly things pop into your head when you're doing stuff. Well, at least they do with me. Anyway, I'm sure some of you guys have amusing stories of stupid shit you did. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's get back to the brush again and see how we're doing. Now this is going to be a fiddly dee. Yeah. Now I'm glad to say that the Nitro Wars doesn't appear to be damaging the bumper itself. Now, again, Nitro Wars, aircraft remover. If you do this and it does it, well, that's your problem. Don't blame me. I'm taking the risk. It seems to be okay. Maybe your bumper's made of something different. So let's give that a little bit more. And I think really one thing I want to say is that you should always use water and neutralize this stuff from doing any further damage. I need a knife. There just happens to be one here. Right, I'm going to dump that and use some new rags. Right, let me get some water. And again, my main reason for doing this is to neutralize the aircraft remover. And it works, there's not an aircraft around. Ha ha ha. If you've never heard that one before. Right. Okay, actually, eggshelly, what I'm going to do, with a quick wipe. I don't know what those noises are. It's my computer behind me making noises. I guess it's happy to see me. Like my dogs, they're always happy to see me. Let's not mention the wife. Yeah. It does make this piece a little soft. So be aware of that. Now I've neutralized it with, as you saw, with the water, and it's not soft anymore. But that will need a little bit of fine sanding, and obviously the primer filler will do a good job on it. Yeah, these sensors, the paint around the sensors at the moment is still not off as much as I need it to be. So we'll give that another go. And bits of the bumper that I didn't quite catch. Might as well slap it up there too. What the fuck have I got to lose? What the fuck? Oh, look at this. Oh, I gotta have a go at this bit. This bit has got the lacquer completely missing. It'll be interesting to see what it does to that. Getting carried away again, aren't I? They should carry me away. Hee hee ho ha. They're coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee ho. Oh, what was that song? They're coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee ho. Answers in the comments, please. Come on, you know it. I don't. I can't remember it. I really can't. I just remember it. They're taking, ha ha, hee hee, ho ho. They're coming to take me away to the funny farm. Hee ha ho. And I'm sure someone out there knows exactly what that is without Googling it. Can you do it without Googling it? If you can't do it without Googling it, then you go ahead and Google it. Because I'll have to. Right. Let's leave that for a moment. I don't see me getting around to that belt tensioner today. What's the time? Shit. 10 to 4. No, the belt tensioner will be in the video tomorrow. Although tomorrow, now, here's something for you guys. Tomorrow, I am going to get that wheel repaired. I have to go down to my local Big O store, and get them to remove the tyre. I'm then going down to the man that's going to do it, and that is what's he called? Arizona. Hang on a second. No, I haven't written down his company name. AZ Rim Repair is who they are, and I will be videoing him doing the repair on my wheel. I've already asked him. He is allowing me to video it. I mean, some people don't like that, so you can't force videoing on people, although I believe the law states that you can video people, and if they don't like it, tough shit. But I'd rather not do that. And also, he's helping me out, and I will help him out by advertising his company on my channel. And whilst that may not get thousands of people, it may get some. And I don't know yet, and I'll find out, because I'll get him to tell me whether or not you can, send your wheels to him and he'll repair them. I don't know. So, that is a question I can ask him. His name is Brandon. Sounds like a really nice guy. Haven't met him yet. But I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, that's going to be the end of this video today. It's not how I planned it, but hey, that's the way God planned it. That's the way God wants it, and that's pretty interesting because God doesn't exist. But that's my opinion. Your choice is yours. So I'm going to clean this off now, and I'm going to go and edit this video, and you are going to go out in the garage now and do some shit, aren't you? Hey, don't forget, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Come on. 72% you're not subscribed. Why? It don't cost shit. And then you can insult me. Well, you can insult me anyway. But maybe you might even leave a nice comment. That'd be good. I like comments. Good or bad, doesn't matter. People give me ideas. People tell me things I already know. Doesn't matter. That's the whole point of the channel. Right, get out of the garage. Go do some shit. I'm going to pour a gin and tonic and edit the video.